Welcome to the Salon Owners Collective podcast. Each week on the podcast, you'll hear stories and tactics from experts and influencers who will provide you with actionable steps to transform your business and your life. I'm your host, Larissa McClellan, and I help salon owners move from stress and overwhelm to lead a life of freedom and profit by implementing a strategic framework to grow and scale their business. So wherever you are in the world, I want to officially invite you to join me in this episode and make an important step in your journey towards more freedom and more profit.
Now, tell me if you ever feel like this when it comes to planning into the new year. You always feel just a little bit anxious. Could I really pull off my dreams, my goals? But if you feel like there's nothing you can do, because the industry's changed actually so much, we have to reconsider the way that we have done things for years on end, like our team members. They just don't want to work hard anymore. And besides, there's this recession coming, isn't there? No one really knows if there is or if there isn't. Many owners feel this way at the moment. You are not alone. I know that all you really want to achieve is some simple success, a path to salon mastery. So if you relate and this sounds like you, well then listen up. The real problem that's causing you to feel this anxiety moving into the new year and stopping you from achieving your goals is maybe not actually what you think. Instead, it's not knowing how to navigate the new terrain for the hair and beauty business landscape moving into 2023 and beyond. And if you want to find out how you can avoid being left behind this year and achieve salon growth, like actually reach the $1 million salon goal, to find new ways to think forward into the future of business, you need to know the 3 Ps to focus on this coming year, because the lifestyle effect is well enforced. People are leaving great jobs for a more simple life, less quote unquote hard work. So I'm seeing this firsthand right here in my hometown. I know 2 very close firsthand stories of this. After years of building a clientele, these team members, 2 different team members in 2 different salons, very close contacts, finally reaching their sales targets into commission, and I mean good commission. Our stylists and therapists are leaving for what I'd call boring admin jobs at a desk. And not only that, they're taking jobs with pay opportunities that are way less than what a high-performing stylist would earn. Or they're leaving without a next step job even securely in place, like no job to go to, to find themselves. Don't get me wrong. There's nothing wrong with taking the time to find yourself. That in itself is not the problem here, but it's having an immense effect on our industry. We have to provide flexible hours that are more lifestyle-based, while still maintaining the hours that are available to our general public, managing team rosters, balancing clients and consumer demands, and having operating hours that actually work for clients who want to come, as they're the ones that pay the wages, right? Well, it's a constant game of Tetris. You know the game Tetris? It's definitely some of that. The game of Tetris and the constant juggle actually only adds more admin time, which then, of course, adds more cost to the business in time, both time and in money. Wages have risen, and because of the pressure to have someone fill the void when these people leave to go and find themselves, we're paying more, like way more, like sometimes a third more than this time last year. And we feel the pressure to pay more just to get someone to fill the role. I'm seeing people paying signing on bonuses. People are paying people just to take the job. They're offering ridiculous wages that I know that they can't afford. Like out the gate, I know that they're not even breaking even on paying those wages just to get a somebody. I'm seeing people who are tempted to pay new recruits more than those that are already well performing inside of their business, those that have worked their way up the ladder already to get that level of wage or commission. Owners are desperate to have someone fill the void. This, of course, puts pressure on our teams and those that are left behind inside of the business. And it's actually affecting our ability to recruit. The finding staff challenge is actually at an all-time high, which in turn puts immense pressure on you as employers. I'm seeing more owners than ever feeling like they've got no choice but to step back fully on the floor into fully booked columns. And it's not like you don't still have the wages to pay, the marketing to do, the admin, the stock. You still got to recruit, performance management, operations. Well, honestly, the list goes on, but I'll stop now. And I think the old way of doing things is just not going to work anymore. It's not going to take us where we need to go. We can't just say the old, we're hiring and post it on our door anymore. So how do we make all of this work without losing our margins or our marbles? If we lose our profit margins, we lose our profit. If we lose our profit, a few things happen. First, we feel financially stressed when ends don't meet, right? And when we're under pressure, the relationships in our life are then under pressure. We're not being present with our children. We're not being the lovely husband or wife that we need to be. We're not showing up for the people in our lives. We put our livelihoods at risk. When ends don't meet, we put our business at risk. When our business is at risk, our teams are at risk. Their jobs now are on the line. It's a big responsibility to hold. When our team's jobs are on the line, our ability to serve our clients are now at risk. And the chance of those clients turning up to a door when they come to their appointment and the door being closed permanently is a clear and present danger. This just leaves us, business owners in our industry, feeling under more pressure than ever. So how do we lead our teams to perform so they can earn more without overworking, without making us bankrupt? We still need to cover the costs, rising costs, in fact, and still keep an eye on our profit margins. This ultimately is going to have to be paid by the customer. But we have to be smarter than that. Often, the current model that we're running needs to be reviewed. Like, this is the time. This is that time in the era of business that we need to review that. I believe that people in that industry need to start to focus and look at these 3 Ps. I'm going to take you through the 3 Ps now. Are you ready? We want 2023 to be better and to be different, but it's new terrain. P number 1 is progression, a career pathway. Our people, our teams, they want more reward, and rightly so, but not just time for money. They actually want more for less. Yes, okay, well, I know that sounds like nice for them, terrible for us. So we need to reward outcomes, not just hours. Not the old model of you work 1 hour, I'll pay you X dollars. Like, that model is gone. We need to learn how to lead our team towards a new way of success, how to succeed and make money and work less hours. And I call this is working smarter, guys, not just working harder. How do we serve our clients in a way that both parties win? Actually, there's 3 parties that need to win here. I call this the culture of winning. The culture of winning is when first and foremost the client has to win. She's at the top of the food chain. She's the one paying the way for all of this to happen. Now, for the client to win, the client has to have what she wants, what she needs, and she actually needs to get in her service the things that she didn't know that she always needed. She needs to skip out of there so happy. Now, when people get the opportunity to see opportunities for themselves to look good, feel better, they'll pay the money. So if the client wins, she'll pay what she needs to pay to do the winning. People want to win. And if the client wins, she'll pay more and she'll come back more often. Now, if she pays more and comes back more often, the team member wins, because the team member now is working smarter. She's doing clients that she loves. She's doing less clients. She's doing them more often. She's making her target. And if she's making her target, then she's in commission. Now, if she's in commission, that she's winning at life. She gets to do the things that she wants to do in her life. She gets to buy a house, have a baby, buy a car, go on a trip, do all the things that she needs to do to win at life. And so she's winning. If the client's winning, the team member's winning. Now, funnily enough, when the team member wins, when the client wins, the brand wins. And when the brand wins and the brand is winning and has a winning team, then the business owner wins. So we need to install a culture of winning.
Hey, I just wanted to pop in to tell you something. Don't worry, we're going to get back to this awesome episode in just a second. Now, if this sounds like you, listen up. You have a team. You love your team, but you're sick of wondering why and wishing your team would make their sales targets. You want them to be smashing sales because it shows that they're actually looking after their clients really well. Like, imagine if you could have a way to make more from the clients that you already have, increase sales without spending more on advertising. Well, it's totally possible, and I want to help you. And I want to help you do it with ease, in a classy way. No hard and dirty sales tricks here. Ways to serve your clients, make more, because everybody wins. The team, the client, and of course, you, the business owner. Now, if you want to find out more, just DM me and let's chat. I'll make a plan for you. I'm also going to leave a link for you on the show notes of this episode. All right, let's get back to the episode.
And we need to provide progression for our team members. And progression includes flexibility in 2023 and beyond. So our team can feel like they have a life too, love their work and also love their life. We need to make space for this. It's no longer about balance. It's not about having a balanced life. It's about freedom and flexibility to be who you want to be. So if you want to grow, attract and grow a great team, you need to provide them progression, a career pathway that's going to help them achieve their goals, because when they achieve their goals, so do you. Number two, our people are looking for a proven success model. So I'm meaning our team members need a shortcut to success. Like, come on, of course we're at that time. Of course this is on the map. We live in a world of Netflix and social media. I can dial up whatever I want to know, when I want to know it, and see what I want. It's instant gratification. People don't want to do the hard slog and slog it out and work it out for themselves. This is just not the time that we're in. We can't expect them to turn up in our business, turn up at our doorstep and know what to do. Hi, Larissa, I know how to succeed inside of your business. Leave me to it. Out of the way. Let me on the floor. It just doesn't happen like that. We want them to succeed inside of our business. Teams in 2023 and beyond are looking for confident leadership to show them proven success methods. Teams of the future want to work on a winning team. They want to know that you have the formula to success, that you have the goods to help them succeed and reach their goals. I call it WIFM, what's in it for me. They want to know that you know what you're doing, that you know how to help them succeed. Otherwise, if we as leaders don't show up for our team, we'll fall into the trap of give me more because I deserve it. Our team members will be asking us to give them more just because they deserve it, because they showed up at work today. Well, that's not going to fly. It's not going to fly for us, which means it isn't going to fly for them either. We've got to do better than that. We can't deliver. They're going to move on somewhere else. They'll change the channel on us, like literally flick the Netflix switch and start watching another movie, aka move to another salon. So if we can't deliver and show them the proven success formulas for them to slip into, they're going to move on. They're going to look for instant success somewhere else. We have to have the proven model. And as CEOs, as salon CEOs, we have to work out how to make this work. We have to have a clearly laid out career pathways for our team to grow, develop personal and professional development plans, ways to earn more money, to earn more, but without working longer hours. I want my cake and eat it too feels like the right analogy here. I never understood that saying, right? Of course you want your cake and eat it too, but a career development program that leads them to success. In my career development program, I called it, Do I Get a Pay Rise? Career Progression. It kind of makes sense, right? It took me several years to build while I had my salon. It's a 16-step career pathway towards becoming a 100K stylist without working 40 hours a week. Now that's something to work towards. All right, last but not least, what is the last of the 3 Ps? Well, the last of the 3 Ps is purpose. We have to provide an environment that's more than just a job. It's just not going to cut it in 2023 and beyond to just work at a job. Otherwise, you're going to continue to experience this constant churn, right? People leaving, and you'll find it hard to recruit because your reputation precedes you. I think focusing on a purpose around intentionally building a culture based on true purpose. So, what do I mean by all this? Well, I think there's a reason that the institution that we currently call a church has lasted more than 2020 years. They really have got something right. There is a higher purpose to being on this planet. Well, I kind of think we need to be a little bit more like a church when we're in thinking about our business. I'm not meaning in a religious way. That's kind of not what I'm saying. But in a way that promotes purpose and reason for being when they're at work. There's a huge chunk of our lives that we spend at our, I think it's more than a third of our lives we spend at work. There needs to be more to it. There needs to be a reason why we're here and a purpose for being. Who are we serving? How are we being, and how are we intentionally building a culture within our business with intent? How do we become an employer of choice? How do we choose lifestyle over hustle? Choosing to give back to the industry, grow our own recruits. There's to be a reason for being beyond just doing the technical skills perfectly, like being a perfect precision cutter or getting the foils close to the root or transforming somebody's skin. There's got to be something deeper than that. And I think the businesses who find a deeper why will be those that will be around in the next 3 to 5 years and beyond. These are the businesses that are going to become the leaders of the industry. So I'm calling all of you superwomen and supermen out there. It's time to suit up. Because when I look into the future is bright. And to succeed in 2023, you have 3 choices awaiting you. And I wonder, for you, which will it be? So, if the future is green, roll with me here. If the future is green, if you're working on the right things that will move the needle, there are deliberate decisions, disciplined actions, then I think you'll be moving forward. I call this green. And we call this swimming. We're swimming in the green. Green is like the traffic light. We're going ahead. We're swimming. We're moving forward. But if you keep doing the same thing that you've always done, you'll get the same that you've always got. And you'll stay the same. And I call this floating. This is floating in the yellow. This is kind of like, yeah, we're slowed down a little bit. Just like the traffic light, we're floating in the yellow. But if you get distracted often, let me insert here shiny objects. Maybe there's a lack of discipline, poor habits, no strategy. Then typically we're sinking. We're moving backwards and we're sinking in the red. Like we have not only come to a grinding halt, we're going backwards. So if we want to play in the green zone and we want to be swimming forward, we need a daily, weekly, and monthly rhythm. I want to read this passage to you. I read once. Somebody passed it past me and it really struck me. It's called Your 12-Month Horizon. So let me read it now. Our vision may be limited, but what we are viewing right now is not. The horizon is not a line, actually. It's simply the point at which our vision fails us. That does not mean that there's nothing beyond this point, right? We just can't see it yet. But note, the horizon always moves as we move towards it, and so do real goals for the future. A goal is simply a horizon of achievement that we pass to get to the next stage. Maybe goal setting is too artificial. Maybe you just need to make sure that where we are is that we're moving forward and trust a bit more in ourselves to adapt as we progress. So I ask you to focus on the simple horizon, one that you can see right now, here and today. Which future is going to be yours because the next goal without a plan is truly a a wish. I love that. I loved it. I wanted to read that to you today because it really makes us feel like, we've got to have our eye on the future, but actually we can only deal with what's right in front of us here now today. So to set the frame for you, let's set into place the things that will move the needle for you. But if for whatever reason you're not committed to them, inconsistent with them, your little voice tells you that they're not important or you lack discipline, take those thoughts and you slap them into place. All right, let's recap the key strategies that we've talked about on today's podcast before we wrap up. First, we covered the secret to growing $1 million salon in 2023 by using the 3 Ps, because the terrain has dramatically changed in this industry. And then I shared the real reason why we feel the pressure from our teams to pay them more, work less, and why they're leaving the industry. And finally, we made a plan using the 3 Ps to move away from this anxiety as we step into the new year and put in a progression and purposeful plan when we lead our teams, using the 3 Ps and proven strategies with our salon growth strategies. Let's give confidence to the people around us. So if you don't have the confidence yourself and you don't feel you have the proven strategies, then I want to work with you and guide you in the right direction towards more purpose in your team culture, to install proven growth strategies like building a winning culture and do I get a pay rise career progression plan for your team so you can reach the $1 million milestone. So if you want to discover how to nail the 3 Ps through a clear and proven 9-part business plan to Salon Mastery, well, if you're nodding your head while listening to this, then all you need to do is to click the Apply Now button in the show notes of this podcast. I look forward to connecting with you, chatting with you, finding out more about your salon and if Salon Mastery is right for you. And I look forward to connecting with you again, same time, same place on the podcast next week. Ciao for now.
Thanks for joining me on another episode of the podcast. Tune in every week as I reveal the latest insights and advice on what it takes to truly master your inner salon CEO and master your salon success. Subscribe to the Salon Owners Collective podcast on iTunes or Spotify, or visit us online at www.salonownerscollective.com. But make sure to join me in my Facebook group for answers to common questions and much, much more. Thanks for listening, and I look forward to tuning in with you again next week.